Hello everyone, welcome to Beauty Mundo. I'm Christine Nicole and I work as a makeup artist based in Dallas. Today I will be walking you guys through a step-by-step makeup tutorial that is going to be teaching you everything you need to know so that when you wear a red lip, you are going to be looking chic but never cheap. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. I'm gonna start with skin. I really want the skin to be super perfected because our eyes are gonna be really light. Your main focus is, if I had to put it in order, of course, lip, skin, and then eyes. So I always like to put primer, yes, primer. But before primer, a setting spray. I'm loving this milk one right now. I actually bought it for my kit. I'm loving it for the winter because my skin is so dry during winter. But I do have larger pores now. And I still get shiny in my T-zone, so this little Makeup Forever Shine Control is, I just use, see that, just a teeny bit, and really just like where my pores are really large, because that's where all the shine is gonna come through. I don't spread it all over like around here because I want to be more glowy. So since I want to be more glowy, I'm going to be going in with Charlotte Tilbury's Flawless Hollywood Filter. This is so, oh my gosh, I can't say enough good things about this. I am using right now in winter. This is 3 Fair and it has a slight peach undertone, so it's really great because it's like a tint. It's like a very glowy tint, not a tinted moisturizer, so it doesn't have any like skincare or anything, but it's a very glowy tint and I love using it on myself and clients who of course want to glow, but also it helps cover up any redness without having a really thick product. So if you are someone who really loves that glowy, very Hailey Bieber type skin and you want just a teeny bit of color to help even everything out but still look really natural, that is a fantastic. I use it all year round, even in summertime with Texas when I don't really need a glow because the weather does it for ya. Airbrush Flawless, foundation. This, oh my gosh, another favorite. I'm gonna be doing a video soon of like favorite stuff in my makeup kit, but big favorite, especially for Texas climate, is so all over the place. It can be really cold and dry one day and then the next it can be like 80 degrees, but usually I will mix this in with something hydrating in the winter time for myself or clients because it gives such amazing coverage. It truly makes your face look flawless and it has up to a 16-hour wear, and typically if I'm doing makeup for someone, it's because they're going to an event and of course want their makeup to really last. I will say though, be careful if you are someone who only wears like tinted moisturizer or something along those lines every day. This is probably not gonna be, I mean, you never know, so get a sample and try it, but it is a very full coverage. And what that means is when something is full coverage, that means that it covers your skin, it covers your imperfections, so you do not necessarily look natural. You look perfect, but you will not look natural. So if you are not used to seeing yourself in something heavy, I would definitely try a sample first. Or I always tell clients, guess what, guys? You are in control. So if you want something like this that has a little coverage, long wearing, etc., but you're not used to seeing yourself in a lot of makeup, half of a pump. Mix it in with your moisturizer. Mix it in with your serum. There's so many ways, makeup being truly an art form, that you can make everything just work for you and tweak and change it to work for whatever your needs are, no matter what the product initially is for. Long wearing, thick, heavy, etc. You can still make it work. I like to put concealer last, especially if I'm doing, if I'm doing like something really heavy smoky, I'll probably do ice first. But especially when I know I'm going to be wearing eyeshadow, if there's any fallout or just anything I need to fix, dull down the blush, dull down the bronzer, I like to leave this area more blank. So when I put my concealer, I can really go in and use it almost as a corrector. I'm erasing, fixing whatever I need. Oh, wrong side. Okay, this is the blush. Although, does it say Makeup Forever on the back? It doesn't. Okay, so we're using this Makeup Forever face palette, but I won't be using the blush side. I will be using these deeper. These are technically like face cream, foundation, whatnot, but I use the darker ones for bronzer. Making sure that you look chic and not cheap when you are wearing a red, you really have to be mindful of how much product you're using, what you're comfortable with, what's the event. Obviously, I do makeup and have been wearing makeup a long time, so I feel comfortable with a lot of bronzer. I am a bronzer girl. If you are not, skip bronzer. You don't have to. Remember, there's no ultimatums or have to have it in makeup. You are the artist and you can decide what you want and what you don't want. So add or omit as you see fit. These creams are so wonderful. They are pigmented and smooth, and this has up to a 12-hour wear. And it's really great when you do a cream base first, then powders on top, of course, because you get more color saturation and your products just last a whole heck of a lot longer. Here we go. I don't like a heavy nose contour. I really don't shape it very much. I just kind of, obviously you can tell, very sloppily just darken it some. I hate that look. Oh my God. I hate it. So, okay. Now I'm gonna let's do some highlight and blush. I'll be using from Charlotte, so both of her Pillow Talk. I'm gonna use, I really want super, no, there's not enough. Super glowy, very luminous skin. And again, add or omit if you are not someone who likes a ton of highlight, then skip this step. I live for glowy skin. I'm just gonna be sticking with a cream highlight and no powder today. I just want ultimate glow, skin super thirsty. Little here. Hers are pretty pigmented. I'm going with more of a muted rose. This is her pillow talk color, but it's more of a muted rose, which is what I want because again, the focus is more on our bold lips. So other than the bronzer, I really don't want too much color in my cheek area. After I finish with concealer, I will put some powder blush in her pillow talk, but we'll get to that later. I think I'll let these creams kind of set before I put on any powder bronzers. So let's move to our ojitos, our eyes, and my little ride or die here. Max 24-hour eye base because I just have the greasiest eyelids. If your shadow does not crease, I would say a little concealer will probably do you just fine, which I will put on next because there's just so much discoloration in our eyelids. We don't really think about it. I did a short about that, about like, you know, when you have dark circles and or you always look tired and you want to look more awake, go watch that short. But it's hard on camera. I am not someone with extremely bad skin or dark circles or acne scars, so it's hard, I feel like, for people to see that, like, wow, that really works when I'm the model. If you want to be my model, I'm up for it. Come on. Trying to get people to be my YouTube channel. I get it. Some people, they're like insecure to show themselves on camera. I get it. But so I understand that seeing things on me may not always give that, oh wow, that really made a difference. But trust me when I say it makes a huge difference, especially, of course, people who have very dark circles, they're gonna have dark eyelids and everything as well. But I actually really notice on most of my fair clients, you can easily see veins. And so having the concealer just go over lightly as a base before your shadow, it really helps create that even slate. No stranger to the channel. If you guys have not watched my best palettes to buy in 2025, go watch it. This is, of course, on there. Patrick Ta's Dimension 3 palette. I cannot get enough of his brand. I need help. I'm trying to give my nails a break and opening stuff. When I grab my tweezers, opening things now is a little bit challenging, but I will be mixing these lighter shades. I'm gonna stay within, again, I don't want my eyes to be too dramatic. So the darkest, okay, these 6. This is like kind of what I'm gonna bounce around between. So those 6 is what I'll start with, and then I'll, babe, okay, hold on, you guys, hold on. Babe, I'm filming on Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
Oh, hydrangeas. You guys, I specifically sent you a photo. I love hydrangeas. Oh my God. Okay, I'll be right, BRB. Okay, now back to our regular scheduled program. Let's use, I'm gonna go in with these two here. And just kind of honestly, like, not even like really being super defined because these are really, really light. So just using a medium fluffy brush, depending on your eye size, something like this. Hold on, let me do it for you right so you can see. Something like that can either work really well or be a little too small. So just choose a fluffy blending brush, but that is appropriate for your eye size. There we go. You want to make everything as neutral as possible, with the red being such a poppy color and being so bold, especially if you want to look chic and this is your first time wearing red. The more minimal you keep everything, your outfit, your jewelry, everything just very minimal, the better. It starts getting into tacky territory when you're adding sparkle here and there and a lot of jewelry and maybe a lot of crazy patterns on the blouse. Just try and keep everything as simple as possible. I want to do kind of a cut crease, so I'm going to use a little bit of concealer. Do it one at a time so that the other side won't dry out, because my lids are so small and hooded. It's just really hard to see color unless, like, if I'm looking straight on, you can't really see my eyelid because this is so hooded. So I'm going well above my natural lid space. I need a little more concealer. Well above my natural lid space. And if you guys notice, this is not a fluffy brush. This is a smaller flat brush, which is a lot better when you are doing a motion like I am. I'm really just patting and pressing. Unless you're really skilled, you can use the other type of brush that I was using. But again, if you are more of a beginner, then stick with something flat. It will make your life so much easier. And especially too, just in general, if you really want your colors to be saturated, like I want this beige to be saturated right now, the flat brush is going to provide that. With the looser brushes that are typically for blending that we'll use in the crease, you want that movement. And with this, you don't want a lot of movement. You want it to be very precise and very compact. I'm gonna keep things, like I said, really simple. I will add some of those medium darker shades, mixing the cool and the warm on the bottom. And then I will also grab, I was like debating if I wanted to do some wing liner. I can go a lot darker than most people just because I'm so brunette and my eyes are so brown. So what looks dark on me may be too like, or how do I want to say it? What looks light for me and natural for me may be too dark on you. Another video I would actually recommend you guys watching is my contrast video. I go through all of the different contrast levels and showing you guys. I create looks, all full face makeup looks depending on your contrast level, because that's really what you want to pay attention to. So I want you guys to keep that in mind, whether it's me or some other beauty blogger that you really love. Just keep in mind that if you love something on them, think about, do I have similar features? And are they blonde, fair, green, blue eyes? Or are they brunette and olive skinned and tan? What have you, right? So just try and keep those things in mind. But definitely, oh my gosh, if there's one video right now that I wish would go viral, it's that, because that will help so, oh my gosh, so many people understand when they are buying makeup. I think we can do a lot of disservice as content creators of not, I get, because most people are enthusiasts, right? I'm kind of going on a rant, so just hear me out. But most people are enthusiasts, so they don't really know the technical and clinical and all of those things of what's best for everyone. But we can do a disservice by not really letting people know, hey, I love this and it works for me because I love this XYZ, or you'll love this. There's no really why behind it. So just try and keep that in mind when you see someone that you really love, and if they're encouraging you to buy a product or just sharing how much they love something, just really think about, okay, do I have a similar skin type, skin tone, undertone, hair color, eye color? Really keep those things in mind so that you are not wasting your hard-earned dollars on something that doesn't work. Oh, that just breaks my heart when people have bad makeup. Okay, rant. Rant is over. Let's create some wing. I will use, actually I just want to use brown. I don't want to go too deep. Beautiful chocolatey brown. Very mocha mousse. Have you guys been seeing everywhere? Pantone's color for 2025. Everyone's like freaking out. It's like, oh my god, brown. I'm like over here like, oh, brown. I'm not typically a big brown person. I like warm browns, but other than that, just in general, like I love color. I want color. I'm not a huge neutral person. Never have been, probably never will be. I mean, for crying out loud, I have pink hair. I mean, what do you want from me? Like, okay, not too much, not too crazy, okay? Algo natural. I have the funniest story, you guys, for that. Okay, story time. I had a señora, this was in my MAC days, and this señora, this is why you have to be real careful, because natural is real different to everybody. I had on a really light-ish smoky eye, and she said, yeah, mija, quiero algo, you know, como tú, muy natural. I'm like, okay, cool. So I start doing her makeup. Really sweet older lady going to a party for who knows what. And I start, you know, doing her makeup, and she's like, ¿Sabes qué? You know nothing good is coming after the you know what. Latin people love to match. They're very matchy-matchy. And so she had a lime green dress, and that brown, somewhat natural smoky eye turned into a lime green and brown smoky eye. And I kid you not, with a red lip. Natural? Natural? Okay. Okay. I am telling you, I just like died that day. Like I could not, it was like, oh, you really gotta be more inquisitive, Christy, when people say natural, because yeah, I ended up making her lid, like, see where all my beige is here on my eyeshadow now, all of that was lime green and a red lip, and she just loved it. She was super she was super happy about it, so that's all that matters. I think this one is, oh, thank you, sir, my bartender over here. Hi, say hi,
hey,
babe.
How's it going?
Yeah. Bartender. Yes, you're allowed to talk, babe. What is this? This is like crazy FBI investigation. Did you guys hear that? He said I keep him in the basement. He's cuckoo. Don't listen to him. There we go. It's hard because now with my flappies getting so flappy, I feel like I have to make my wing just go out. Even when I want it really natural, I have to make it go out just a little bit further so that it actually, you can see it, because otherwise my hooded lid just covers everything. Now that eyes are really pretty much done, I'm gonna start going back with powder products. So I'll use House Labs powder bronzer with that same brush. This is the number 93 from the Sephora Pro collection. And these are really amazing brushes because they are mixed hair, so you can use them for creams and powders. Little setting powder, I'm gonna be using Patrick Star, one size. And I really, since my skin is more combo, I'm not super oily, I really just do it like here, and like that's it. I really don't need it all over, just like right underneath my eyes, right where my pores are, right at this area where my pores look super light. That they just like came out of nowhere. I was like, pores, oh, I have to minimize pores. And now God is humbling me, so joke's on me. Brows, I will do a little bit of Sephora's pencil, and then I have been lately, I've just been going over the pencil with a little bit of powder. So kind of doing like a soft sketch, if you will, with the pencil, and then just filling it in. I have some mascara. When you do lashes, you always want just like a soft little coat of mascara, nothing too crazy, just something enough so that the lashes have something to grip to. And I like mascara on the bottom, so I need all the lash help I can get and have my eyes be more noticeable. So it's coming together, guys. I'm so excited for the lipstick part. It's one of my favorite lips, so I'm excited to show you guys. I'll be using the Naked Lashes from Ardell. This is in the number 421. My favorite glue is Duo. And the big trick to lashes, you always want to size them up first. Most times, whether it's myself or clients, 9 out of 10 times, I have to cut them. They're too long. Always cut from the outer, not the inner. And then once you put on your glue, you want to give it at least a good 30 or so seconds so that the glue gets tacky. And then they can really adhere to your lash. And use a tool. I have my tool in my kit, and then I never bought one for myself because most of the time I just use my nails. But right now we're using a tweezer. Use a tool, it's so much easier. Once I have the center on really well, then I'll go corner, really press. Give that a few seconds. Inner corner, press. Give that a few seconds. Try, I know it's not easy, but the less that you blink, and I like to go and just like pinch so that the false lash is like really pinched and pressed in with my natural lash, and making sure it's like really stuck on there. And you should not feel any type of poking. If you feel some poking on the inside, that means that they are too long, so you need to cut them. Finally, here we go. I'll be using Savage Rose from Charlotte. Typically, I actually like to, with red, a good tip is I will, if it's a traditional lipstick, put a little on first, so then you can get an idea of your shape. But this is a liquid lip. I'm gonna do lip liner first. I don't know if this is gonna be dark enough, but I'm really honestly using this as more of a barrier. I typically do not like to overdraw. If I do, it'll be just a teeny bit. It's such a good, this is Dance With Me Max Retro Matte Liquid Lip. Before the video, I did put on a little bit of Vaseline. You're gonna want something because these are very dry. I love a liquid lip, but they're all just so dry. Oh my God. This shade is just everything. Try to go somewhat sheer on your first layer, and then you can go and add more. Because this consistency, it definitely is on the thicker side. How stunning is this lip? Come on. Oof. But it is so dry. Part of me is like, I think I'm gonna let it dry and then maybe add, I don't know, a little bit of gloss. What do you think? What do we think? Gloss? Yay? Nay? Keep it retro? What do we think of the final look, guys? I felt like the lip needed a little something, and so I ended up adding Chestnut from MAC, the lip liner. So created a little bit of depth on the outer, and Dior's lip oil. It's like their berry shade. I don't know where it is right now, but it's their berry shade. So are we chic? I think we are. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and hanging out. I really hope you enjoyed this video. As always, share with a friend, leave me some comments, but until the next one, my darlings, I will see you soon. And remember that you are the magic behind the makeup. Thank you so much again. Mwah! I'll see you on the next one. Toodaloo! Happy Valentine's Day!